Good morning, dear students. Welcome to my grammar class. Do you remember that last time we were seeing what a modal verb is? So, we are going to continue this time, but I am going to do a feedback of this. What are modal verbs? They are auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. Modal verbs are sometimes referred to as modal auxiliary verbs because they help other verbs. Last week we were seeing how to use this if we are talking as an ability or as a permission. This time we are going to focus ourselves on obligations and prohibitions. But let me continue reading. When we are using can, is for ability, doubt, astonishment, permission, polite, or request. May, permission, supposition, without, or if not, prohibition. Must, obligation, firm necessity, logical, conclusion, probability. Shall, intention or supposition. Will, wish, desire, will, confidence in the future. Ought to, moral duty. Insistent advice, a strict recommendation. Need, necessity. Have to, unwillingness, forced circumstances. Would, wish, wish to like, polite, request, a habit of the past. And as I said it, we are going to work in some of those models. The prohibition is the first one, and it's when you are saying no. It is because you have a cause when you are saying no. For example, when you're using mustn't, that means it is an obligation, but it's a difference when you are using don't have to. Let me read. Be careful. There is a difference in meaning between mustn't and don't have to. Mustn't. It is prohibited. It is not allowed. It is important that you do not do something. You must not drink that. It is forbidden to drink that, is what doesn't mean. Don't drink that. It is not allowed. It's another way. You mustn't tell John. That means that you don't have to tell John nothing. But if you said don't have to, this is that there is not an obligation, but you are not required to do something, especially if you don't want to. You don't have to drink that. That means that you don't need to drink that, but you can if you want to. On the second one, it says, you don't have to tell John. You can tell John if you want to tell, but if it is not necessary, don't do it. And the another one that is the modals of obligation, it is that we are going to use have to, don't have to, must, mustn't, should, or shouldn't. If you are using in a positive form, it is a strong obligation, possibly from outside. Children have to go to school. Sometimes have got to. But as a negative, it says not obligation. I don't have to work on Sundays. You don't have to eat anything you don't like. Must and mustn't is a strong obligation. possibly based on the speaker's opinion. Must study today. As a negative, you are going to say, you mustn't smoke here. Should and shouldn't is that mild obligation or advice. You should save money. In negative form is mild negative obligation or advice. You shouldn't smoke so much. And here are some examples that I want you to work with me. You can't drive in this country unless you are over 18. And the second one is you mustn't use your phone in class. Which one is an obligation and which one is a prohibition? Yes, you are correct. The first one is an obligation, is a permission, but on the second one is an obligation. Okay, guys, this is everything for today, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.